Hi everyone, just Joey here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the skin prep that you need to get your legs and feet out for the first time in the sun. Now I'm planning on going to France in, well, 2 weeks time from the moment I'm filming this video, and my legs have not seen the sun for 6 months. They are white, quite dry, you know, just I wouldn't want to put a pair of shorts on. So I need to prep them, and I generally go down the route of doing fake tan, but I've got some other options for you if you're not really keen on that. So the first thing is, do not assume that you can do this in one night. Prepping your legs ready for the summer is not something that can be done instantly. You need to spend a couple of days. For me, it's really a 3-day process. So on the first day, I get in the shower or bath and shave my legs. So get rid of your hair however you want, but whatever you do, get a good razor or a good method so that you really get your hairs really short, so they're not going to come back anytime soon. I use this Wilkinson Sword Venus one. I find it really smooth and it doesn't catch all those little bumps on your legs, so that's great. Secondly is have a really good exfoliation. Now that can be from an exfoliation mitt, which are just a couple of pounds that you can buy. They just pull on and you can sort of scrub everything down. You can use a scrub, you can use literally anything. If you really don't have anything in a tight spot, just give your legs a really good rub down when you get out of the shower with your towel, and that will exfoliate a little bit. But the key to the exfoliation is so that your fake tan or whatever you're putting on has a smooth base and it will stay for longer. So that's really important. And if you can possibly do it, exfoliate over a couple of days before you even start. So the more exfoliation you do, the better. And that is not just for your legs, that is for your feet too. When I'm in the shower, I always use this foot file. It has a really rough side on one and a really, rough side that side and a smoother side on that side. Other people in my household use this one, which is a little bit more heavy duty for that really hard skin on the back of your heels. But however you do it, get it off. But I've had people ask me, how do you get smooth skin on the back of your heels? Think of it like a piece of wood. If you were going to sand a piece of wood and you wanted a really smooth finish, you would not go in there with a heavy duty, really rough piece of sandpaper and expect it to come out smooth. You really need to do graded sanding of your feet. So if you've got some really hard skin, start off with the heavy duty one, and then move on to the next one down, and then finally to the finest one. And hopefully after doing it an initial sort of 1 or 2 times like that, you'll just be able to continue filing only a tiny little bit with the really fine one, and that'll keep your heels smooth for the rest of the summer. The next step is moisturisation, and that is absolutely key. You cannot fake tan or put these wash on wash off tanners on without moisturisation. It will grip to any little bit of dry skin. So at the moment I'm absolutely loving oils because I have really dry skin, and I use either bio oil or this new one that I found, which is the Garnier Body Beauty Oil, and that is basically an oil that is in a lotion, and because of the pump dispenser it's so much easier to use than the bio oil for me actually. So I've been really using this every single time I shower, rubbing it right into my heels, my toes, everywhere, let it soak in. And if you can possibly help it, on the day that you're going to do your fake tan or put on your wash and wash off, you need to make sure that you've shaved not on that day, or got, you know, done your hair removal not on that day, because what you end up with is little dots of the fake tan settling into where you've shaved. So you need to get rid of your hair the day or two beforehand. You need to exfoliate really hard. You can do that on the day, that's absolutely fine. And then you need to moisturise, but you need to give time for that moisturiser to soak in so that your skin really is properly moisturised. Then, just before you want to fake tan, put a little bit more of whatever moisturiser you're using onto those little bits that are extra dry. So like your heels, your knees, your elbows, anywhere that you feel on your skin. If you've got a particularly bit that's dry, just rub a little bit more into that spot. Then of course you want to choose what you're using. Now I use fake tans, and these are the two that I use a lot, the Dove one and the Saint Tropez one. They're both not that strong, so I tend to sort of do a couple of applications to get the level that I like, but neither of them streak for me. So the key to it is really moisturisation and exfoliation beforehand, and then rubbing it in lots. You need to take your time and you need to be methodical about it. So you need to kind of work from one end of the body. I always work from feet upwards, rubbing in a circular motion to make sure that you're not missing any parts, and just do that. But if you're not into fake tan, there are some really great wash-on, wash-off ones. Now, this is the Saint Tropez wash-on, wash-off tanner. It's called the Body Glow lotion, and it actually gives a little bit of sort of slight sheen with the tan. And this one, really old school one. I don't know about any of you guys. I've used Sun Shimmer for years. When I first started using it, when I was probably in my teens, had some horrible orange leg experiences because I didn't really know how to use it. What I would say is these two are both quite strong in colour. I tend to add them to a moisturiser and then rub it in and then let it sort of dry before you get dressed so it doesn't rub off on anything. But if you're very, very pale and you're not really into putting fake tan sort of colours on, you could use something like MAC Face and Body. There's also some of these spray-on ones which are basically natural colour, and they're there to just smooth out those imperfections that are on your legs so that they look really fantastic and radiant. MAC Face and Body is a particularly good one for this because the formulation actually sets into sort of a sort of skin on your skin, so it smooths everything out, and also does not transfer, and it is not it won't wash off if it gets wet. So it's a really fantastic one. It's what all the makeup artists use when they photograph models' legs. That's what they put on. So find the one that's your colour, smooth that on. You can even blend it back a bit with a bit of moisturiser if it's a bit too thick. Particularly if you've got bruises on your leg, that's a really good one to use. So after you've done your fake tan, obviously you would leave that to develop. Maybe that would be overnight, however long you want to leave it, and wash it off. With the wash on, wash off ones, you'd leave that to dry completely before you do anything else, the next step. And the next step is really the dressing of your legs so that they look really fantastic and glossy and gleaming, and you know, people are going to say, wow, amazing legs. And the thing that I use, which I've used for years, and it is not expensive, cheap as chips, is this. It's Palmer's Cocoa Butter Body Gloss. It is not a glitter, it is literally a gleam, and you only need a tiny pea-size amount. Rub it between your fingers and then just rub it down the fronts of your shins, all the way up the legs onto the thighs, almost in a line down, and it really sort of slims and elongates your legs. Obviously, if you've got some left on your hands, put a little bit on your shoulders and collarbones, wherever else you want that gleaming look, and that is really fantastic. And there are loads of other things, like I've got this one from Guerlain. It's a shimmer milk, so it's like a moisturiser that's got some shimmer in it. Obviously be a bit careful using this kind of thing after you've used one of the wash on, wash off products, because that might rub the wash on, wash off. But the body gloss one, if you're just dabbing it down the front of your legs, you should be absolutely fine. So hopefully now you've got lovely, smooth, even coloured legs. You've put some nice gloss down the front. Your heels on your feet are all wonderfully moisturised. And the final tip to this is get some great colour nail polish on those toes. It really does draw attention to that and away from any imperfections. And basically go out there and enjoy your legs. Get them out for the world, you know. I'm hoping to get them out in France next week. Let's fingers crossed that there is some sun, I'm hoping. So I'm going to start putting the fake tan on now so I don't scare everybody when I get mine out. So I hope you really, really enjoyed all of that. Let me know if it helped any of you. Send me photos, whatever. You can contact me. Please like, subscribe. And it makes me very happy that I've just had some new subscribers on my channel. So hi everybody who's newly subscribed, and I hope you enjoy all these videos. See you all soon then. Bye.